Hi lovelies, Shani Haynes here. This is a little project that I've designed for my team for Christmas. It's going to be an altered clock. Now I haven't got an original clock, but this was actually purple, had a clock face in it, a plastic cover. My father has really kindly pulled them all apart, pulled all the mechanics out because we don't need that. All we want is the actual body of the clock, and we'll keep the back to be able to put it back together there. I've spray painted this with white matte spray paint, everyday spray paint, and then I've actually gone over 3 coats with gesso, and it wasn't an expensive gesso, it was just an everyday one, which probably why I needed 3 coats. If you get the really pricey stuff, you probably wouldn't need so many coats. You can see it's not actually perfect. There's still a bit of purple showing, but you know what? Doesn't matter because this is rustic and a shabby chic style. So for now, we can put this little piece away. But before I do, I'll just wanted to show you the back because that's going to be important. So once this is all put together, this little piece here will sit like that inside. And I just roughly traced this and used a die, found the perfect circle die, cut it out so it just sits, as you can see on this side, just sits inside that black. So when we attach it to here, it'll sit and then fit inside here. This bit, because this is just paper, I've cut out some I've just cut out some spare chipboard. And again, doesn't have to be perfect, this one, because we're going to attach it to those highest points there. Now, I've never made one of these clocks before, so we're going to wing this together today. You can use designer series paper. I couldn't find anything that was, it was all a bit too dark. So, because once you get busy in there, unless you get lights in there, it's going to be dark when you look through the back. So what I did is I used a bunch of old retired stamp sets and some new ones and just did a nice pattern, a little bit of Christmas and just some vintagey look. And I used early espresso on, and this paper is very vanilla. So just to give it a bit of a vintage finish. Doesn't matter what stamp sets you use, really. The other product I did use was a walk in the forest. Is that right? A walk in the forest. I don't think it is called a walk in the forest. But I used this, I've only got this piece left. I can't show you what it was because I've cut up all the Santas. But it had a page of Santas and it's beautiful paper, and you could use this on the back, but I found it a little bit too dark. But it is adorable paper, and that's currently available. I think it's an online exclusive. Oh, here, what's this? I don't think it is called Walk in the Forest. It's called something else. Traditions of Saint Nick. There we go. Traditions of Saint Nick. So that's what this paper is if you wanted to get that Santa image. If not, you can stamp your own Santa, or you can find something else. It doesn't really matter what you have or what you use. It's just a Christmas scene. The other Christmassy bits I had, got to find it all because everything got pushed out the way. Oh, it also had little trees in the DSP, so I've cut myself out a little tree. And I've also stamped on some crumb cake this lovely script writing, edged the bits with some ink and punched him out and edged some bits with some ink. Now, I will find the punch. It's crazy here. It's a messy day here. The vintage script I got from Paris and Beauty, which is obviously no longer available, but you can get You can find all sorts of lovely script writing for what you need. There's the stamp set Merry Moose, but I didn't stamp him, I just punched him. So because it's dark here, it just shows that it's a punch. I will need that punch today because my class is my group's coming, but I'll find it later. So they are basically the 3 images I've got at the moment. I may grow and do more with them, like I may add more. I've got some ribbon, which this is from the mini catalogue. It's the Halloween Very Vanilla and Black Gingham. I've collected some cute little bells and I've joined them all together with some wire. I've got a tiny little Christmas tree and all these bits, some green foliage. Now that came from this big piece and it's quite easy. You just pull them apart and then you end up with little sprigs. So that's something you might find in some of the cheap shops. And also this, I found these guys, again, these all come off separate little pieces. So it doesn't have to be holly, it doesn't have to look Christmassy, because we are going to make it look Christmassy. The other things I've got is some PVA glue, which is wood glue. And I've actually diluted it in some water and I'm just mixing it now. And this is the fun bit, because I'm a bit hesitant to hopefully this will work, because I've bought some artificial snow. And right now I'll actually get it out. I've got a spoon and a tub and a lid, and there'll be 11 of us today making this, so I hope it works. I have faith in myself. We will make it work. And so the snow has a little bit of sparkle, but I might add a little bit more. We'll see if it's enough. So this snow came from just one of your cheap shops. Again, you just got to go and have a bit of a treasure hunt. So it's actually quite fluffy and soft and fun. So we've got that ready. I don't really know where to start. I've done the back. That's a good start. One thing I was thinking of, how am I going to get Santa to stand up in here? He's just the right height. He'll just fit. If not, you can always cut off his legs a little bit. So he's the star of the show. And before I get him in there, though, I wanted to line this with a little bit of snow and just soften up the edges. I've got myself a plastic craft mat here that I'm going to work on, because this is going to get messy. So the back is easier to get to, and like I said, this is diluted PVA glue, so it might be too wet. I don't know. So we're going to find out. I'm going to put a little bit on here. Looks like it's a little bit thin and a little bit runny. We'll find out. So it appears to be sticking quite well. Actually quite happy with that. I think that's quite cute. You can do some on the outer edge too, which I might. Or maybe do that last a bit later. So the inside's got that. I might let that dry. While that's drying, put that aside. I've got this mousse, and what I want to do is put a bit of a pipe cleaner on him as well. The other really good glue I have is 450, and that's a really easy, nice glue to work with. I've probably got more than I need there. Just going to let that dry. Put that aside. Oh, put that aside to dry. Okay. While we're letting that happen, I have cut out the cardboard already, and I'm going to stick it to these pieces. Now, there's no right and wrong. It can be upside down. It's just the back, but that's the right way up if you want to get precise. The battery's down the bottom. Can't really take that away. So we're going to aim this to be upright this way. There's pressure points you can see along here. 1, 2, 3, and these 2 knobs. So I'm going to, if this glue's not enough, I will use a hot glue gun, but I'm going to try and avoid that and try and get this on with just the 450 glue. Okay, so I've got it on all the pressure points where I know it's going to touch the paper. Try and get this as straight as I can. And how do you know whether it fits inside? Well, you don't. You've really got to just play and pray. Is that the right word? So I've managed to get glue here, but it doesn't matter. I'll probably put a bit of snow on there anyway. Okay, so it is holding. It's sitting on the, there's not a lot of cardboard there, but everywhere else it's pretty good. So I'm going to just hope that's in the right spot. Again, put him aside to dry. Okay, now I don't think I'll use the heat gun to dry that glue in there because I don't like the idea of melting that snow. Let's have a look at Santa. He's going to need, I put him on the pipe cleaner. I couldn't work out how to make him stand up in there. And I laid in bed thinking for 2 days. I didn't actually lay in bed for 2 days, but I did think about it for 2 days. So I thought this is a really good way to hold him up. And I think by making this like a support foot, like so, we can probably cover that bit up with the snow, but then it actually will hold him up quite nicely. Will the 450 be strong enough? Let's hope. So let's just go for it. It's going to make a bit of a mess in there, but there are the brakes. So Aquadeal, the PVA glue would probably do the same job, but I think this is a faster drying glue. The hot glue gun might actually be the way to go, really. Especially when there's 11 people making this. I'm going to be quite generous with this glue because it's got a big job ahead of itself. It's got to really hold this on. And it is just a fairy pipe cleaner after all. All right. I could put a bit of glue at the top of his head as well, but for now we'll just see how he goes. I have done a dry fit with this. I know he fits and I know where I want to put him. I just want to make sure that it's going to work. Okay, so he's tall enough to actually just jam in there. How much of him do you want to see? Maybe. I didn't really want to make him in the middle, but I think that's where he's going to be. everyone who makes theirs today will make it better than mine, and definitely needs some glue on the top of his head. So I'm just going to put some there now. I did tell everyone to bring their aprons because they're going to need them. So I've managed to get him in there. I don't know how well this pipe cleaner is going to hold. Let me just give it a little pressure. Because we are actually gluing onto wet snow. We've got ourselves in a mess here. Wet one, okay. So the head's touching the top, a bit of glue there. Pipe cleaner's trying to glue itself on. Oh, I might even put a little bit more glue in the back. Explodes like a volcano sometimes. Okay, so Sandra's quite happy there. We've got the reindeer. This pipe cleaner is going to really show, if that annoys you. I think we can get away with a bit of snow on him. I wanted to put him sort of in front, and I'm going to, I don't want all of that. I'm going to cut some off. And again, just make a nice little base. Now, because I've used green pipe cleaners, you could keep it because it could be a little bit of grass coming through, but like I said, I'm just playing here. So one thing that does help is if you've got a full glue container, because this one's getting very empty. And I might actually have to get a new one. Okay. So I think he might be happy. I think he might work. So you can see we've got our two elements there. We've got our tree. Now, I made sure everyone got lots of trees, so I've only got one cut out. I was going to tuck him in there behind. I might even better do that with this glue. I was just going to tuck in a little bit of him there. So he sat in there. But this is going to be... Is it going to work? Gosh, I got the shakes this morning. If not, I'll stick him on the outside of the... Okay, he's going on the outside. There we are. Might put a little bit there too. And then, guess what? We'll put some snow. Because I have got glue all over the tree and all over me. Okay. All right, I think it's time to decorate the outside. So we're just going to brush on some more of this glue. Probably don't need a lot. All right, now let's just clean up. This is going to be a messy day. Well, my angels who didn't come to the event, I think you'll have fun doing this at home. And this is the fun part, hey? Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Actually, I think I've got the right consistency of the PVA glue because it seems to be sticking pretty good. I think we can do it in layers. You can see where I haven't put the glue. I'm really because you don't want this stuff everywhere. All right. I have got a spot I missed. I really don't want to go back and do it later, so I'll just do that little bit. Okay. Okay. Alrighty, so we'll let that dry, I think. Go and have a cup of tea, do some other work, and I will be back. Okay, loves, I'm back. Now this, I tried some spray-on glue, but it came out yellow. Never eat the yellow snow. So we will not be doing spray-on unless you have some you know it doesn't come out yellow. I resorted to the glue gun. Okay, no stress, we're all good. We're going to add now all the greenery. I'm just going to get that glue out of the way because I do not want a spill. Right, let's clear our space here. So, I found the punch for the mousse. That's what it is. Super cute, goes with Mary Mousse. It is retired, but if you're like me and you want to, and you keep all your favourites, well, that's good. If not, you'll find something else. Right, I've got these two big googie longy gooby glooblies. They're amazing. It was one big long ornamental piece. I've chopped it up. I've got some cute little sprigs. Now, if you're doing this kit with me, if you're a team member, you'll have all this. Two almost mistletoe looking things. And I like to call these my English box. Okay, so you have 2, 2, 2, 1. Okay, and then you'll also, we nearly forgot our little mini Christmas tree. I had blue tack on it just to set him up in there earlier. And your bow, that can go last. I would probably get the bells on soon. So there are 3 little bells. I've threaded them through some wire and I've done that for you, but if you're doing this from scratch, that's how I did it. And so this is basically, instead of berries, red berries. So if you've got red, you can use anything for this. If you've got red berries, well, then that's probably good too. The wire, we won't worry about that at the moment. Gives us a bit of movement. So we've got the bells on. They'll probably go to one side. And because they are wired, I've actually wired them quite tight, but you can glue them however you want. That actually might work there. In fact, I might even do that now. Okay, so I've got the glue. I'm going to get those berries on, or bells on, so they're nice and secure. Don't worry about the wire. If you've done any floristry courses, you'll know there's fillers, thrillers, and spillers. So we're going to, fillers. So this is a filler to me, or a spiller. It's actually a spiller because it's spilling over. And that's, I'm going to, oh, that's hot. I'm going to just tuck it a little bit over the top of this, and you can always cut off these bits, but at the moment we don't want to do that because we're still creating. And we're just going to, hope this doesn't melt my snow. I can't believe I'm making this. It's so much fun. Okay, he's going to just sit there a minute. I'll get this guy on as well. I mean, there's no rules to this. I think the biggest rule is have fun when you're making it. If you've done my classes before, you know sometimes we do some crazy things like this. Okay, so that glue's super hot. Let that sit. Oh, don't touch it because that's hot. Okay, well, right, I'll just see if I can turn it sideways. So look what we've got already. We've got this beautiful greenery. Santa's got a little bit of snow on his face, but, you know, they're the breaks of working in that environment. This is pretty secure up top, but I am going to let it set longer. Not worrying about the bits yet. Now, that's a spiller. This is a filler, okay, because it's big and it's filling up spaces. So have a play around with it and see where you think you would like it. I have done a dry, when I say a dry test, this is very runny, this glue. I have played around with all this, more glue, earlier to see where it would fit before I put my snow on. So I've got this guy. I'm going to push him in a bit more because I don't want to lose too much of my scene. Although this is designed, I would put this up high on a shelf. I wouldn't put it on a low table. Oh my giddy aunt. Glue, it's my glue day. I think it's because I'm rushing. Okay, and then I'm actually going to put him in that corner as well. Don't be scared to cut your leaves up even more if you want to. It's your project. So that's not even matching. It's on one side, but that's okay because it's my project. Okay, I'm going to add my, here's another filler, but it's not as big as the other filler. And I'm going to add him maybe like that. Now, this cute, I don't know, mini hydrangeas, I don't know, super cute. That's a really nice topper. I've got one more of these. I could go that side and have it, but I've got a gap there that's kind of needs something. So, or maybe even over, I think if he goes in and under the handle, because don't forget we've got a bow to put on here. Yeah, I think hot glue is the way to go. So his goal is just to fill up the top a bit. So I guess he's a thriller. There we go. Whoops. Oh, okay. So that's kind of cute. Now, some of you who are in my team, you may not have got the red Santa. You might have got a gold one or a green one. Oh my giddy aunt, now we've got glue down the middle of the mousse. So if you have this paper, no, that's stuck. All right, he's got a saddle. Okay, yes, so if you got a different colour Santa, you can change it up if you've got the paper yourself, or add some other red somewhere else, like change the bow out, change this out to a red bow maybe if you want a bit more red popping. Now, I just wanted to I might actually cut that because it's a little bit long. And then either have some green. Okay, so I'm going to glue this down a little bit. I think it's a little bit too lumpy. There we go. Not lumpy, but you know, too out there. Alrighty, get that bit of snow off because it's not right. Oh, this is so much fun. I think you guys will have fun doing this. I want to make another one now. Okay, and maybe I don't want to use it. Maybe I just want to have a enjoy the, maybe you can go in there. But you can see now that this is a children's, this is a toy clock, it's a working clock. I got it at Kmart. It was in the children's toy section of all places. I looked everywhere for these clocks. I looked online, I looked everywhere. These were great. I was happy with, I might just, see there's a bit of a gap there, so I might just put that there. These clocks were great. My father, thank you so much, Dad, for pulling them apart because I don't know how much fun that would have been for him. Now, oh, no, let's not forget our little tree. I think that can go in there. The greenery in there actually doesn't bother me. I wonder if we can actually add some more green. We could actually probably add more green. Okay, we're going to add our little tree. And I want him to sort of be on that side. And he's going to kind of need to go on a slope. So I need a little bit of a build up here. Okay, so I've got him sitting on the pipe cleaner a bit. I'm going to hold it until he sets. I know my girls today will probably do a better job than that, but I've got a little tree in there now. I bought these little gears. Now, again, blue tack all over them because I was playing around. I've spray painted them white. They were just a metallic colour. You don't have to use them, but I thought it was a little bit funky, a little bit cute. Woo! And it's metal, so they're hot, so be careful. A little bit cute to have something just a little bit abstract. So when you open up your kit, you'll see that. And you don't have to use them. I think they're pretty cool. I like them. The other thing I've made, and I haven't tried this out yet, is this 'Tis the Season, and it's from the Christmas banners, which again is retired. It's this one here, and there's a die that matches it. And I didn't know if I wanted it or not. And I sort of haven't left space for it, unless it went up there, which it could. It could actually. It could, if you didn't have your gears there, you could have it at the bottom. I sort of can't. And if I put it up in there, I'm going to lose Santa's face. So it could sort of sit in there like that. Going to be interesting. I might have to cut that leaf. If I cut that leaf, oh, then that will probably sit there. So I'm going to see if I can do this without burning my fingers. I love hot glue, but you've got to work fast. Make the decision. Okay, so we've got that in, and that kind of does work. push it and move it until you get how you want it. And now we've got this gorgeous bow, which I'm going to sort of pop behind here. It's nothing special, it's just a ordinary bow. And oh, you might try better ones. Oh, that looks better that side. And I'm just going to pop him there. And I might even use this leaf to help build that back up a bit, because it's help make the bow sit up a little bit higher. Put him through, and voila, we have a really cute altered. Oh, all right, let's put the last bit on. This is all dry now, and last chance to put anything in the back. I'm going to see how it looks. It doesn't matter if that's straight, it matters if your image is straight. And it looks pretty good to me. I don't think I'll add anything to that. I'm going to leave it. I think there's enough snow. Just gonna, I don't even need to glue it, it's on. You could put a nice back. I've got a white piece you could stick. I might do that. That looks good, doesn't it? And then you could even put a message on it. Looks finished then, doesn't it? It's just a scrappy bit I had, but that's all right. I should have glued it properly with some glue, but just for speed, I will do this. And that, my loves, is, well, it's my very first altered clock. I hope, oh, and we've still got that wire. I'm just going to tuck it in there. We don't see that. That's all right. No, it looks at the back. And there we have our very cute altered Christmas clock. Woohoo! So thank you for joining me. I hope this has helped my team. Oh, I found another tree. I hope this has helped my team. I'd love to see what you make. And if you make this on your own from scratch, I'd love to see what you make. So definitely you can look me up, shanihaines.com, and share your work. Okay, thanks so much. Bye.